We here.
Yes.
Am I live? I'm loud. Can I turn this down a little bit? A little bit.
Yeah, I got you.
Appreciate you.
Nice.
How y'all doing today? Welcome back to another week. I hope y'all had a blessed week.
Yeah, for sure.
Another episode of the Jahmal River Show.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
I love being behind this mic. I love the light, the camera. I ain't trying to be no celebrity, but I love this.
Love the action. I feel it, man.
I love it.
I feel it.
I'm
with it.
I feel good being behind this mic.
Yeah.
But anyway, how y'all doing out there? Y'all know every week I ask y'all how y'all doing physically, mentally, emotionally. You know y'all can call in. If you listening to it on the Fishbowl Radio Network, y'all can call in. I had one caller about 2 weeks ago. Sorry about that. And I also want to thank you, Miss Graham, for donating to my show.
Definitely.
I appreciate you. But anyway, like what was I saying? Yes, another week, and I hope y'all doing good. I hope y'all blessed. I hope God woke y'all up and put y'all in a great position today. And yeah, I'm doing fine mentally.
That's good.
Emotionally, I'm doing better. You know, taking it a day at a time.
Yeah.
Just trying to, just happy that the man woke me up this morning.
That's good.
Well, as y'all know, my show is about helping out small black business owners, entrepreneurs, artists, and talking that talk. And every week I bring somebody on interview so they can promote their business, talk a little bit about them, and just get themselves out there. And today I have a guest.
Hey.
My guest name is PJ.
That is right.
I met my dog about 2-3 weeks ago.
Yes, sir.
And instantly I said, "Hey, bro, you got business?" He said he had business, and I said, "Let's talk business."
That's right.
And now here we are today.
That's right. True story.
Real true story. But before we get into this interview, y'all know I got to Bel-Air, every week. Rick Ross, I need that ambassadorship, some sponsorship. Hit me up, Bel-Air. This is every week. I need it. I buy it. As you can see, look at, if y'all watch my visuals, y'all will see that I bring Bel-Air on this show every week, even before this show started. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and take a shot to a good show.
Absolutely. Hey.
Yes, sir. Yes, Lord. Whew.
Yep.
Let's get this.
Man.
Yeah,
Feels
felt
good.
good.
Feels
You just got off work,
I
did.
did.
Long day, black businessman with his own business, and that's what we about to talk about right now. So, PJ, before we get into this, how are you mentally, physically, emotionally? How are you doing, brother?
Man, so I appreciate it. Appreciate the love and hospitality for having me on. First
Anytime.
And foremost. But I'm well, man. I'm really, really well, and I don't mean that in the easy going, just to say it, so people get out your way. No,
yeah.
I'm actually really well. I feel like I'm unbelievable. Now, my body, it hurts, but that's just, wear and tear in life. But, I feel really, really, really good, though. My spirit's good. I'm really happy about everything that's going on and people that I've been able to touch. So
that is great.
Yeah, how about you, man? You good? You good?
Hey, man, just came off a trip, man.
I was
in L.A. First time. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was real cool, real beautiful, man.
I seen that, yeah.
You seen the pictures? Yeah, I was on the plaza, man. We didn't go, we went to all the spots, but what we did, we was still in the car, we looked, and we drove right through it. Okay. We was like, there, go right there. It was cool. I know normal black families be, but yeah, I was there. I enjoyed myself. And I go back to L.A., man. They got some good weed out there. I mean, L.A. was amazing.
Was it?
Oh, man, the weather wasn't all that.
But everything else was great.
Everything else was great. Venice Beach was beautiful. Oh, my God, that made me want to live there.
Did it?
Oh, my God.
For a moment?
I swear.
And then you went back to reality.
I swear. Venice Beach, I don't know what it was, but the vibe was there. It was like, I love this.
Yeah.
But I had to come back to my show because I love this and I adore this and this is my baby and I take this serious. So, but yeah, I'm good. I feel like I'm all the way there. Well, not all the way there, but I'm getting there.
Good.
Thanks for asking.
For sure, man.
Not many people ask that.
For sure, man.
All right, so my boy, so tell the people a little bit about you, like where you from, what you like to do, what is it that you do, before we get into
before we
this.
get into it.
Yes, sir.
So my name is Paul Harden Jr., PJ for short. I'm from, well, I tell everybody I'm from heaven because I believe we all are. And but my birth certificate says
Spiritual.
royal. I am very spiritual, very, very spiritual. My birth certificate, unfortunately, says Royal, Arkansas. No one knows where that's at.
I was about to ask you what and where.
Yeah, so I just say like close to Hot Springs, as people know where that's at. So it's south. It was really, really rural, really country. So,
It was like a 300 city.
yeah,
population
Nobody
city.
was there. Everybody was your cousin. Or they.
What?
Yeah, like right down the street. My whole street was just all my family. Cousin, uncle.
Country.
It was, and then I went to all white school growing up.
The only black guy. I know they wanted you to play basketball,
Every sport.
baseball, football.
Everything. So they wanted that. I did play football. I was in band. I was really good at both of those. And poetry has been my heart, since I was a child. But
You ain't get no looks for football?
I did.
Being the only black kid at all white school?
Southern Arkansas University. I went there to play. I only got a little bit of playing time. I didn't really get much. Got injured in high school. Tore my ACL. So it wasn't gonna. I didn't really think I was gonna go pro or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So. But band actually,
Coming from that white school, it give you a little hope, though.
it did. I mean,
Give you a little hope. I mean, it does.
Yeah, but
It
I
give
mean,
you a little hope. It's like, I'm the only black guy here.
like really, it's crazy.
I can do
graduated
this.
567 kids in my class, and I was up there with the top. And so yeah, I come from, very crazy background, but no, man, I it was cool though. I grew up pretty quick. I actually didn't really get used to a lot of black people until I went to college.
Damn.
It was wild. Other than my cousins, it was
Damn.
it was man. It was
That's
wild.
crazy.
It was wild. So my
College?
cultural shock
Wait.
was was the opposite of a lot of other people. So I was
That's your culture.
yeah, but I don't know. I didn't really grow up with them. I was just around them all the time. Like I went to school with them. That's pretty much it. Like after school, we ain't just hanging. Nothing. I had a best friend growing up, but other than that, I didn't
Damn.
really.
That's crazy.
But no, life was cool, man. My mom, she laid it to rest 2005.
Sorry for your loss.
It's all good, man.
My father passed that same year.
Yeah, I'm sorry for
That's
your
crazy.
loss, man. But 2005, that was a very crazy year. I became an orphan that year, and I made it through, and so like one thing we struck upon the very first time we met was mental stability.
Yeah.
And I told you.
Hey, I spoke on that. You heard me? I spoke on that.
Yeah, and I told you mental staggering because I don't believe that anyone's actually mentally stable. I believe that's a false narrative. If you tell someone that I'm mentally stable, then that's just saying that you've overcame a lot of things. That's wonderful. But what
you're
happens?
perfect.
Right. So what happens when something comes that you're not actually prepared for?
Facts.
That you've never faced before. So then are you stable? Because now that's something you've never witnessed. I always believe that we are to be staggered. That anytime something hits you, you can adjust because you're meant to adjust. That's why I tell people I'm from heaven, because I think that's the end goal. Like I didn't come just to be here. You know what I mean? I came because I was sent here. I think that we all have that. If we all had that narrative, it would be a lot easier for people to get along a lot better. But that's just my cup of tea, man. But I was an orphan. So at 16, my family did come and get me about 9 months in. Did get me out of there, and I finished school and put myself through college. Went to the Army for 7 years. I pledged a fraternity, Ep.5. I love my brother. That's why my stage name is Frozen Fantasy. It is also my alpha name. But they were like a brotherhood I'd never experienced, so that's why I just stuck with that name.
That's the alphas, right?
Yeah.
Cultural shock.
Man, but it was a brotherhood. Like you just had to see it. Like seeing all the other fraternities that was cool, but like where we were at, and to see how they actually interacted with everybody versus being. I love the idea of HBCU because I didn't go to one, but I went to a school that was actually predominantly black, and it had a lot of white people though. So down there at SIU, I think there was the most beautiful school.
You was at SIU what?
SIU. No. I was in SIU in Magnolia.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, I would say as far as any school, and I tell any kid, if you wanted, I don't know how it is now, I ain't been down there forever, but when I went, like, as far as cultural mixing, it was the best thing I'd ever seen. I went to different schools. I went to A-State afterwards, after I got out of the Army. I went to other schools just to kind of be around them. But I'm talking about, they had a quadrant where you know the alphas have AKA sisters, and you know the Qs have delta sisters, or if you go to certain schools, it's mixed and match.
Yeah.
Well, there you had that team, but you also had the Caucasians as a quadrant. Like you had Phi Mu was ours, and Phi Beta Sigma, not Phi Beta Sigma, but Phi Lam was our brothers. So it's been a long time. But I was just thinking about, like, all of us were a unit, for like whites, blacks, and we would go to each other's parties and have fun together. So it was like, my mixing of my cultural shock was like, it was like, wow, so we can actually have fun together. You know, like it was.
Cause you never been around all that.
Nah, all I seen, but what I seen growing up was a lot harder than what a lot of other kids saw though. Like I went to all white school like every year. Like, so the first week of school every year, you had to prove a point. You know what I'm saying? I'm not to be messed with. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's limitations. There's things that I had to endure. Like when I was 6, first grade, Mrs. Betty. I'm pretty sure she passed by now, but late, rest her soul. But she drove by my cousins and I at the bus stop and hit us with water and did not pick us up. And then my mom, my uncle, and my aunt stood in front of the bus and waited on her to come back because there's no outlet. So they waited on her to come back. Hey man, listen, if you're taught something, then you're taught that. You know what I mean? Like I can't be mad at that. She's living her best life at that time. She's doing what she was taught
Racist.
Is right. Do you understand? Like, yeah. I understand that that's what that is, but if she's taught this and I'm upset about it and I go lash out, what is it going to make someone who doesn't really understand why I'm lashing out?
Facts.
If a young white boy who's never seen an angry black man do something for no reason, but all of a sudden he sees it, his mind goes, what? Man, I know now why we are this way. But if I'm constantly pushing the agenda, like, I'd rather just not think of you that way. I'd rather just, get out of my mind. Just, I know what she did, but I don't have to live in it anymore. If she's not doing it to me now, like she was,
that was going to be one of my questions real quick. I didn't know if you want to go really talk about. I was going to say, how much, with y'all being the only black family, how much racism did you deal with? And then after your parent, you was an orphan. Yeah. How hard was that? I know that's off topic. Yeah. And I don't know if you want to talk about it, but how hard was that? Because I mean, I don't really know people that was in orphan, but you just what you see in movies and shit like that. It's just like, I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
I mean, there's mixtures to it. There's reality in movies and there's false narrative, right? But in the real world, things may be a little bit harder than what you've seen in a movie, right? Because that's somebody who, to me, is acting in a situation that they've never endured or experienced yet. You see some kids who tell stories about, man, when I was in juvie, I had a fight with another dude. They're going to put you up against another hard dude because he been here eating. I'm making fun of somebody. But I'm just saying, like, when I was 16, I went to the orphan home with 6 other people, and I'm the only one that's not dead or incarcerated. Yeah, so like.
So you said 16. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Yeah. Were they white or black?
They were white. I think there was one Hispanic girl.
Wow, so you really never seen black people until you were.
Yeah, I mean, I was around them. Like, I had friends like at other schools. Hot Springs High was like not too far, so you would see them at football games and stuff. I would play against them, and then I'd have fun with them if they were my friends and stuff like that. But I mean, I really did not. I did not really have friends like that until I was in college.
Damn.
I mean, it was my cousins or like the really cool white friends I did have. Like, it was really it. Like, so like I didn't see. So the harshness of the world that like the reality that some black people sit in, that they're all bad. That's not real.
Who's all bad?
Like all white. You know that there's
Oh
reality.
no, I don't believe all of them are
Right,
bad, but
right.
it's a lot of them that are openly show you that they're racist.
Yeah. Well,
And it's like,
here's
what the fuck?
here's another thing though. Like, and sometimes even in the openly revealing of it, but if you're not, I can't say that for everybody. I feel like the spirit is with everybody. We come from it. We are from it. We, you know, whatever. So like, I just think in my position, how I've seen the most racist people you can meet. I've been around it, whatever. But in the same token, I know that I can keep walking forward without having to look over my back, though. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that that's the case for everybody. And I'm not saying that there hasn't been something behind my back that's been thrown or whatever. Mm-hmm. But the point of, I don't live in that fear, right? Because I just don't. It was hard for me waking up every day as a child, right? Like in just my house. So like the fear of what the world was, or what it could do to me. I was like I love my father. He's still like my daddy lives in Bradley, Arkansas. He's a beautiful man to just kind of show you how life, if you do certain things, how life will really shape shift around you in your world, right? And so my dad was the perfect example of how not to be. And I love him for it. Like I like there was a time where I could not tell you that, but now I'm in a place where I love my father, right? Because I just know he gave the best he could with who he was at those moments. You know what I'm saying? Like I you know what I'm saying? So like for me, when I was a child and just growing up underneath that, for what, even though it may have been a cruel way of being the best he could be, there was the breaking of what I saw break in front of me, but just seeing him, there's nothing in this world that could like, you know, I don't.
I get you.
Yeah,
it's a lot. It's a lot right now.
And then
you ain't gotta go.
Yeah, I'm saying, and like when you go through, like, and then losing mom, and you know, I lost my mom, you know, grandparents. I lost a lot of people in my life. Just a lot of cluster of close people, intimate people. So like that, those close realities and stuff. I feel bad for people who kind of grow with those people now, because I kind of already know what that experience is to lose it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I live in a different reality than a lot of other people.
Yeah. You know who you sound like? And we're going to get off this topic because we need to get back to
the real stuff.
But remind me of Mike Tyson.
No,
the way he's evolved spiritually.
Yeah, I
That's
do.
why
I would definitely say watch Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. I don't know if I can say that on here, but it's definitely a show to watch, and I do watch.
Say whatever you want.
Yeah,
this is mine.
Yeah, it's a great show to watch because he is. Think about him for a moment, though. For like every man in the world, whoever's watching this, if you could be the most dominant man in the world,
yeah,
like
they
for the
feared
moment,
him in every country.
aspect. If you walk in the room, they didn't even sing. Lennox Lewis knocked him out, but they didn't sing songs about that. They said Mike Tyson said knock you out. Like when they make songs about you, cartoons about all this stuff, everyone knows if Mike Tyson's in the room. And you gotta think, if he wasn't on all the stuff he was on, he probably would have beat all them people too. Like, let's just put that into perspective. But
he would have won undefeated.
With that being said, I'm just saying, if every man could hone into the most dominant way you could ever be, have it all, and then you have so much. He'd even tell you, I had so much money, I would throw $100,000 chain at somebody and didn't care. Like in my mind, I'm like, yo.
He said he was just giving away money because he had too much of it. He was 19, 20 with all that money.
$100,000 chain I just threw and said, I'm cool. Like, we all know what we can do with 100,000 right now. Back then, think about how much money that was.
That man said he made like $600 and some million in his career.
Like, so when you thinking about, if you're that dominant and you're that strong, and we actually can hone into ourselves and we can be that way, and the world gave you everything, but your choices made you crumble it down. And then he's at the bottom of the road, and just so happened he's at the bottom of his road walking through, and somebody just see, that's Mike Tyson. just saw him, noticed him, and then he becomes Mike Tyson again. He's back in movies. He's back doing. So if you think about yourself,
but he don't like that. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if they noticed him, but if it wasn't for Hangover, he wouldn't be Mike Tyson again.
He wouldn't.
Not what we see now. He did rechange his life because if they didn't see him just walking and know, hey, I know the most dominant dude. I'm still scared of you, even though you're not you right now. Think about you in your time when you're this is what you want to do, your radio station, when you're the most dominant at it, and something happens, but somebody's going, hey, I know you, and can put you back in the game. That's the kind of
if there's anyone out there.
That's the kind of like energy you have to have for yourself. Like Tyson had it all. That's what I'm just getting at. Like your energy and whatever you're doing has to be that ferocious. You know what I mean? And in my business, in my poetry, in my life, like I had to be my own Mike Tyson. So I appreciate that. Like that, I had to be that growing up because there was a lot of things that I couldn't see hitting me, but I had to punch back.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? So like it was, whoo boy. But yeah.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
And with that being said, we're gonna go on a commercial break, and then we're gonna finish this conversation up. We're gonna get into the business aspect.
Yeah, business.
You know, we can get y'all a little spiritual. We're gonna get into the business aspect. So we're gonna get back with y'all in the next 2-3 minutes.
Good deal.
Let's get it. Yeah. And we're back to the late night Jahmal Rivers show.
Oh.
I need to put on my Barry White voice.
Oh.
And we back.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. To that late night Jahmal Rivers show. Where the world is yours.
Hey.
Nah. We back though.
Yeah, for sure.
So, let's get into some more of these questions with my boy PJ.
Let's go.
Harden Helping Hands Construction.
Yes.
What is that? When did it start? Tell us. Come on.
Let's go with it. So it's my baby, all right? It's everything that I believed in myself. I came to Texas and I worked interior homes when I first got here. Actually, I was in Arkansas, and a friend of mine said, hey, you need to come with me. I was actually in training to be a fireman, and he's like, you need to come with me, man. I'll show you how to work and make a little extra funds, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like, I might miss my training. But he's like, man, just try it. You don't even know. Mm-hmm. We traveled up to Minnesota. First day we worked together. I don't know anything about this job. It's interior work. His name is Desmond Brown. Plug in. Great interior worker. Anytime you have any kind of water damage, he's a water mitigation specialist. People don't know what that is. Well, it's a person who knows and can dictate if you have mold in your house, if you have any kind of water damage, he can just see it, just look around. I cannot, we both did the training, but of course that's not my side anymore. I went to the outside where he still does inside. So I definitely want to tell you, if you have any kind of problems in your house, please call Desmond Brown. I'll give you that information, share his information.
Link his information right now?
I don't have it. I don't have my. I'll plug it the very next
yeah,
time
we'll do it after the next break.
Right. But I started that way. We went into Minnesota. His boss at the time saw me working. First day saw me working. Was like, man, you're the hardest working I've ever seen in my life. I didn't even know what I was doing, man. I just knew it was there was an ice storm. It was cold as it was. Oh my God.
In Arkansas?
No, it was in Minnesota. We drove all the way up to Minnesota. They had an ice storm up there, man, and they all have basements. So every basement was flooded, and ice at the bottom and water. So we in the swamp pits, man. It was It was the worst experience. It doesn't matter. Point was, I went up there. I worked. First day I'm there, I worked 15 hours my first day. Did not know anything about the job, but just constantly. And he's like, man, I ain't never seen nobody just get after it like that. Like, appreciate it, man. I just, like if I'm gonna do it.
Might as well get it done.
I might as well do it, So he's like, man, tell you what, if you want to move to Texas, I'll help you move to Texas. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, man, you got to drive by you, man. I'll hire you right here on the spot. He works for me. You can work for me. He'll teach you everything. I was like, I was supposed to be a fireman. Oh, no. I'm in, man. Whatever, man. It's cool. So I just, and it's crazy because my brother, he lived in Texas a couple years back. He's like, you ever come here and somebody meet you? Bro, you gonna make it. I don't know what it is, but you're gonna. Anyway, so.
And you have very successful.
Yeah, I have, yes, I am very
Speak highly
successful.
of yourself.
Yeah, I appreciate it. My brother, he's in heaven, and I know that he's looking down. He's like, I told you so. So that's a very, big thing for me. But yeah, man, I worked in then I left there and started doing insurance. I wanted to kind of see what insurance was really doing.
What type of insurance?
I was in the field adjusting.
I don't know what that is. But
so when someone calls the insurance claim and you say you got something going on with your house, they'll send someone out to come take a look. This person that comes out, I'm gonna tell you, this is crazy to tell you how insurance works. This person that comes out has a job. Their job is, of course, to protect you, the homeowner, but also to what? Ensure that the insurance does not pay all the money out. All right, so let's say I come out to your house and I know there's water damage there. Now, I will look at that damage and say, hey, let's fix this. But all this rest of the stuff that's damaged, we don't see that right here.
What?
We're just going to fix this one area. So then I do what? I save the insurance, the actual payout, but you're still paying in, right? They'll pay for this little section. Whatever it is wrong. They'll cover that up. But now that can't be fixed the next time something else happens, and they only paid that little portion out. So now you're stuck as a homeowner like, man, I just got this, but I had to fight for this. I couldn't even get all this done. And now what am I stuck with? I got a little money in my pocket, but I can't get things fixed with this. No one is going to do the work for this little money. So in essence, what we do as a field adjuster, I'm putting a lot of people on blast too. If they come out to your house, you just know they're lying to you. So if he comes out to your house, off top, he's got a choice to make right there. If I come out as a field adjuster for whatever insurance company, doesn't matter who you think's protecting you, they're all doing it. Every one of them. So they come out to your house and they say, even Geico. Every one of them. So they come out, they look at your house and say, look, I can make $1,000 a day. I can make $500 a day. I can make about $250 a day. If I deny your claim, say there's nothing wrong with your house, despite the fact that you know there's something wrong, even if there was a hailstorm a week ago, but you called a week later and didn't have the actual date of the storm, you don't get no roof fixed or anything fixed. If you don't have the time of it, you don't get it fixed. You don't. It's certain ways to manipulate the system. And let's say if you had insurance before,
so you gotta be really technical.
Oh, beyond that. So of course, my company, we have the system because I worked for them. So it's Hail Recon. I use Weather Advisor. All these things to definitely seek out exact when storm dates were, exact time frame, so I can know when and where. I use the exact same thing they do, so I can tell them when the storm date was, what time it was, so they can't deny you on the claim. That's the first step in actually filing a claim. And the second, when they come out, like I was explaining, when they come out and they deny your claim, they make $1,000, the field agent. If I say there's nothing wrong up here, you have a perfectly good roof, even though there was a storm last week, I made $1,000 because I just saved the insurance, however amount your roof is worth, right? So
you work with the insurance company.
I work with insurance companies directly. I am a claims specialist. What I do is I hold every insurance company accountable. I make sure that the adjuster that comes out takes a look at everything that's damaged. I question them. Why is this not accounted for? Why is it is accounted for? Kind of like your roof lawyer or your exterior lawyer. If you have water damage on the inside, I pass that to my brother who's also black owned, and he wants to definitely help any kind of way he can. Therefore, we can always assess the problem and get it done in one swipe, and not you're like, I got a little bit here and I'm trying to save a little bit money here, and you have to pay deductibles. There's no way around that. So anybody that comes out and say we can waive it, that's a lie. It's just ways that they can manipulate systems. In my company, we don't do that. What we do, we acclimate things. So things that you have towards, that may be damaged, your gutters, your window screens, stuff like that. Well, we use that for your deductible. Therefore, you're not necessarily having to pay out of pocket. You're able to just adjust that money, use that as your deductible, and you keep your money, that your hard-earned money that you pay, that you work every day. I don't want your money. I just want to make sure insurance is held accountable, and it helps my business grow. So therefore, I get to work, I do the roof, come back to you later. You want your gutters done? I can find a perfect deal for your gutters versus them paying you what? 40% of that profit for your gutters to be done, and you can't find anybody to get it done for that amount.
So you make the insurance pay you.
Well, they'll pay the homeowner. The homeowner's gonna pay me. I'm not gonna.
Whatever.
Yeah. But I make sure they do. And then the biggest thing about it, they want you to go out and get a bid. Insurance begs you to get a bid. Why? Because they know that the bidder. So if you have a house, this is your house here and it's damaged. If this young man comes out and says, hey, I can do this for $10,000, and I come out and I say, hey, I can do it for $9,500, and you come out and say, I can do it for $8,500, So once you figure out, oh, I definitely want to go for the 8.5, therefore I can get my roof done for the cheapest amount. Insurance already paid $10,000. I can get it done. I can keep me a little money back. No, that's not how that works. You still have to pay your deductible towards whomever is going to do your roof. So you're already out of money that way. That $10,000 they paid, you're still gonna have to pay that towards them. They're gonna expect that money back to them if you do not, if you go with a bidder. If he says, pardon me, $8,500, and if you choose that guy, the amount is $8,500. So the rest of that money that your roof is actually worth, they expect that back. Yeah, so it's a game.
Gotta pay more
back to the insurance company. So it's a way to manipulate. Then I didn't even know they were doing this. They're slick though. I just found this out. One of my great friends, Roderick Mosley, when I pub him as well, he's a car detailsman. He has 5 different stations out here in Dallas. I'm actually doing his roof for him actually. I came out. I did his inspection. He had insurance come out, take a look at the roof. That insurance company approved it, right? When they approved the roof, they then told him, hey, you didn't have our insurance the day of the storm. So we can't give you the, and they, at the moment they were ready to cut him the check to approve it. So I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. That's not a problem. My company can work around that. Whomever you had insurance with at the time, I'm still a roof lawyer. I can go back and fight with them for this. That's what I did. So I exclude that. I go back to them. I talk to the other insurance company. Now, what did they do? They send out their adjuster. But what did they also do? They send out a roofing company that works for them. So the money, if you signed up with this random roofer who just so happenly calls your phone after you just filed your claim, but he just shows up randomly, who knows everything about your claim though.
Yeah.
He didn't ask for your permission. He didn't call it in to figure it out, but he knows everything about your claim already. Right? So this person showed up to his door, and so that's you literally paying the insurance back the money. If you signed his paperwork, that insurance money that you're gonna cut, they cut the check to you, homeowner, pay to that insurance, to that guy, your deductible to that person, ma'am, whomever, that's now going back to the insurance company who just paid you this money. I was at the house, she showed up, I'm like, who are you? Oh, I thought that the adjuster, I'm just here to go ahead and let them know what we're doing. I was like, whoa, so they sent you out here after? And she was like, yeah, I'll go let him know. I'll go ahead and go. Then you're doing the work. Yeah, I'm doing the work. So like you're gonna get the check that he's gonna cut, but y'all work together.
And you were getting.
And I wouldn't. So that's how like they're very. I'm not gonna say sneaky, but you have to understand that it is a game, right? And so like my whole job is to ensure that you're actually getting the roof's value amount. I don't bid you a price. When I adjust your roof, when I assess your roof, I get on your roof and I inspect it, I'm literally seeing if there's damage, if there's enough damage for it to be replaced. If there is, from that point, we send up the numbers to whatever insurance deems worthy in your zip code area. Because your roof is set price no matter what. Every month it changes from storms, from this. If I set you a price, I can get a deal out of it, but you're not going to get any money either, and the roof's going to be cheap materials and all that. I upgrade most people. I give synthetic underlayment, 2 layers of protection. I tear off all the felt so I can see any boards there. I want to make sure I see the damages. If there's any damage, I actually protect you. That's the whole thing. I can be in your family's life for the next 30 years.
And what are the prices?
Prices, that's the whole thing. So prices are crazy. There are no
Your
actual
prices.
There are no actual prices. The
Okay.
only price that you actually pay is what insurance deems worth of what your roof is. I only assess the roof. Once I assess it, it's worth this much money. Insurance is going to let both you and me know. Because I don't know. I'm not going to give you no fake number.
Yeah.
And then tell you this and then, oh, yes, let's go with that number because it's going to work now. I'd rather not do that. I'd rather wait. And then from that point, we both assess it at the same time. This is what your roof's worth. They're going to send you this first check. This is going to get the materials done. The back check covers the labor and everything like that. We're good to go. You pay nothing out of pocket. That's how I do things. You're funny. Was over fighting.
Trying to fix this
He is
goddamn
fighting.
thing.
That's so funny. But yeah, stand
There
by.
we go.
Stand
I
by.
got it. I got
Did
it.
you?
I got it. Yeah, I got it. I
Okay.
just wanted to be right in front of the mic, so.
All right. All
Pop
right.
filter, you know.
Yeah, I understand. But that's my business, Harden Helping Hands Construction. I've been doing it. I started last year and actually started in Louisiana area. They had a terrible hurricane, so I was working for somebody at the time, and we didn't see eye to eye on necessarily how I was doing things. When you have a hurricane or something like that, you can't use that way of helping people, because if you do, you're not helping them. You're gonna mess them over. But when if I'm just assessing roofing, your whole house not in shambles, like your roof's not torn off, your doors and everything blown down. This is a hurricane we went to, so I can't say let's do the roof work for the only thing there, because if we do that, you're not gonna be able to fix your home. I want to definitely protect you and your family. So I went down there. I didn't like how we did it. I rearranged things, repackaged it, did it myself. Started with nothing. Dropped down in the hole like, lots of bread. Came back out of nothing. But if anybody knows how to come from nothing, it's me. So now I am at least I'm not gonna lie, I would say 32 houses in now from Louisiana to now. That's a year's worth of work. You can check out my Instagram page, Harden Helping Hands Construction. You'll see some of my work there. Also, my Facebook page is the same thing. But that I work every day. There's not a day that I'm not working. Every day, all day. If it's raining, that's the only time I'm not really working, because I can't get on your roof at that time. But anytime you need me to inspect it, check it out, I'm always willing to come and just kind of view what we can do to help you. If I can't help you, I'll at least point you in the right direction and tell you what you can do at a different time, or later in life, or what you can, because that's all we're meant to do, is help each other. So
Facts. And that's what it's about, helping.
I love it, man. That's why it's Harden Helping Hands, man. I love it. Black and gold for my fraternity. I still had to give them credibility, everywhere.
You cutting them a check?
Couldn't.
You
Huh?
cutting them a check?
Nah, but they got the colors in the. They got the colors.
You get that much love.
Yeah, you got love, though. I love y'all.
that much
I love
love.
y'all, man. You tatted on my back, so I love you. All right, I love you.
Before construction, what were you doing? And before that, what made you want to get into construction?
So before construction, I was in tune to be I was in line to be a firefighter. I was training for that. Before that, I was a bartender. I was also a chef at a 5-star restaurant, and I worked for mental kids for 3 years.
What you be cooking?
Everything. It was.
What's your best dish?
Man, I'm really good with some. There's so many dishes I'm good with though. I would say my best. I can put on some fire fish, or like some amazing. You think you had a Caribbean
if
fish?
I put something together, Battle of the Chefs.
Okay.
I got a chef for you.
You got a chef.
Oh, I got one in Dallas.
You got one in Dallas.
I got one in Dallas.
Okay.
If I put that together, how would y'all? You would do it?
I would definitely
Like on
see
some Top Chef type shit.
Oh man, I'm not scared of any challenge.
All right.
I'm definitely willing to get in tune.
And I can't eat it.
You can't eat it.
No, I can't eat it because I like everything.
Okay.
So
okay.
I would let some people I let my girl do it because she don't like everything.
Right.
And if it's nasty, she gonna
let you know.
She gonna tell you.
She's gonna let you know. I respect that.
She gonna tell you.
But yeah, I'm never scared of any challenge. I'm down. But I did a lot of stuff. Massage school. I did a lot of different things in life because I couldn't really figure out what I wanted to do. You know what I mean?
Future million billionaire right
there. Yeah, man. I know
when you work so hard, you gonna achieve your goals. You just gotta keep going.
Keep going. So everything I wanted to do, I really
don't know what
did
made
it.
me want to do radio, but I'm here.
Man, probably just your avenue of wanting to help people.
Yeah,
man.
my personality.
That was it. Wanting to help people. I would say my favorite thing to do in my pastime, of course, is poetry, but. It used to be being in the band. I used to really love the band more than anything. I thought
you don't have an instrument and play on your own?
Not anymore, man. I was a bass clarinet player. A lot of people don't know what that is, but it looks like a saxophone, but it's colored like a clarinet. So it was a really cool instrument, really jazzy type feel. Yeah, and it was real smooth, man, and I loved it. I was actually really good at it, and so I really missed that. I think here soon I'll probably buy me one just to kind of like, just get
Touch
back in
up
it.
on your
Yeah,
shit,
man,
you know
it's
what I'm
been
saying?
forever, man. So yeah, that was the things I did before. Well, maybe getting this construction. Literally, my brother Desmond was like, "You gonna be." I never forget the conversation. We're on the phone. He's like, "Hey, man, you just got out of the army. You just did your version of saving lives. You want to go to be a fireman now?"
What was your job in the Army?
I was a petroleum supply specialist.
You were working with gas.
I was, and then I switched over to as a cadet. I switched over to leadership council and military intelligence. Okay. So I was trying to work on talking more so than doing. I didn't really want to go over there and do things. I wanted to go. I thought there was a better.
When I was over there, I wanted to, well, I didn't go anywhere, but nowhere combat. But I wanted to do it. I didn't want to just be like, oh, I'm gonna tell y'all what to do. You was one of them scary mother.
Nah, I wanted to. I'm talking about when it came to the other people. I wanted to resort to peace, not go. It was fun, like learning the other stuff, like to go hunt them and to go find. People.
Just say it.
To go find people. It was fun
we know
learning.
To go hunt them mother over there never used it.
Yeah, man. So that niche and that drive, man, sometimes it doesn't go away. So I had to put it in other things. And so
they taught you how to stay alive.
Well, I knew how to. Yeah, I knew how to do
that.
that.
I'm just saying, like in a different way.
Different way for sure. So, but my brother again, like if it wasn't for literally, like my brother who passed, and Aaron, but Aaron told me to come to Texas. Aaron. Appreciate that, bro. He told me to come to Texas, and then my bro Desmond was like, "Hey, man, you just need to come on. Why you gonna say like fireman now? That's just like he was like, it's just like a police officer." And I was like, "No, it is not, man. You gotta show up to everything." And I was like, "Dang, I do." He's like, "Every car accident." I was like, "Nah, I don't want that." So that's literally what altered because. Man, I was like, it was like Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm. I was just driving. It was in Arkansas. I know you going to Conway. So I know you know what I'm talking about. The 2 lane.
I'm not from there.
Oh my God, I thought you were from there.
What made you think I was from
there? God, but Arkansas 2-lane road. It's just no real traffic, and there was a car on fire, and you could see the people in it, and it was just like, and we were driving like 5 miles per hour, and it just. Think that like I saw that before I ever said I wanted to be a fireman, so that was always in my mind. Like I don't think I'm ever do that, and then like life presents like fireman's a great job, and you can do this and you can do that, and I was like, it's kind of like, yeah, man, I can save lives, and then my brother hit me with that, and I was like, man, he may be right. I don't think I want that, and I just opted out. So
I wouldn't want that either. Sounds bad.
It was. The fire thing was crazy, bro.
Well, we're going into 8 o'clock, so we're going to take another break. It's probably about a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-minute break.
Dang.
Nah, it ain't going to go that long. I just like to let them know that I'm counting.
Yeah.
But we're going to get back with y'all in the next few minutes. Yeah.
Hello.
I did it. I did the Jada Kiss Lab. Yes, sir. And we back. And PJ,
what's good?
You got to tell the people, man.
Yeah, man.
So we know the construction business and any business is harder to get into.
Yeah, man.
So what was the process in getting into a construction, starting your own construction company?
Ooh, the process. How
long did it take?
Man. So it is the whole sink or swim thing. That is not a lie. It is but you have every ability to swim, and just whether or not you believe in yourself. So, the process is there's a lot of time of learning the assets. Like you have to go to roofs, you have to get on roofs, or in any aspect of what you're doing. If you're inside, you have to learn these things. Take your time to study, go to classes, and learn exactly if you're doing water mitigation, where water runs, how it likes to run. If you're on the roof, how you consider, pitches and certain things, so you can actually study these things. And I would tell anybody, and I tell everybody, school is amazing because it's important, but also teaching a son or a daughter a trade or a tool that can actually help them. You can build anything you want out of that. I credit my father for that, even though when I was a kid I didn't understand that, and I wanted to do everything else but construction. But time changes, and I love this stuff now. But the process again is something that it's not grueling, it's not hard, but it is time dedication. You have to have time to yourself and to push away other people because it's stuff that they won't understand. You can be talking about pitches and angles and hips and valleys of roofs, or this and that, and numbers, actual cash value, RCV, all these things, and somebody might not know what you're talking about. So you have to be. It's just like school in so many ways, and making sure you're right about everything you do. So when you are in front of insurance companies or homeowners, you're very profound in how you're giving them information so they feel comfortable with you, and not that you're being scammed, as we've very much indicated. There's people out here that will scam you from insurance companies. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Since the pandemic, I had another question. It was really in my head.
It's all right.
Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you.
Ask
and
away.
I want to also ask this. So during the pandemic, how did that help? Did that boost your business? Did it hurt it?
No, it boosted me. I'm gonna go
It
ahead.
boosted?
It boosted me like crazy. Everybody was home. Everybody was at the house. Do you know how many people wanted to get out their house? Everybody wanted to get out their house. So I go by a door, I knock on the door. You know what they do? They come outside. Why did they come outside? They were tired of being in the house. It was great. Life was great during the pandemic. It was so wonderful. Hey, knock, knock. Hey, what you doing? What you doing? You here? Yeah. Do you need it? I don't know. Just look at it. Great. Everybody wanted you then.
So you only do roofing, or do you do any other parts?
I can do anything. I can do interior, but I mostly do roofing. If I notice, I don't go to okay, so let's put it this way. So I'll go knock doors, door knocking. Why? Because I've noticed you actually have damage on your roof. I wouldn't knock your door if I didn't notice there was damage. That's wasting my energy and my time. Yours too, right? So I wouldn't necessarily know there's water damage inside of a home unless come into my house. Oh, I noticed this too. So I don't go looking for that. But if we're there and you're telling me about it, then I can. Oh, I do notice you had this. Oh, there is this, and I can go over it from my expertise. Then I would pass it on to my brother who has further his arsenal of expertise in that, because I chose to go outside and he chose to stay inside. So I can do all things, but I love to definitely help other black business owners as well. So with that being said, any business owner, it ain't just have to be black. Anybody who got the hands in, Patrick, I can't remember his last name. I have a lot of people I have to plug in next time, man. But a lot of people I can plug in with this business stuff. Eric, Daryl, a lot of people that are not black, who are wonderful people that you could work with, who do similar things or something in the vicinity of what I do. But yeah, I knock a door. Or if I choose to knock that way, or I get phone calls. I got a random one yesterday. I got a random one come look in my living room.
One of those you just leave the cards in the mailbox.
No, I don't do the mailbox. I feel like that's a little bit. Yeah, mailbox to me is a little too personal, man. I feel like I'm getting in your business then. But if I leave it on the door, I feel like it's cool. I'll knock a door again. I won't knock the house if I didn't see damage, right? Yeah. So I just feel like that should be a given when you see a knocker, especially about your like property damage, right? Like if you got a brand new roof, or I notice it, that looks new. Why would I come knock your door? Yeah. Right? So, but as far as I love what I do, man. It's fun. You get to the pandemic. It really allowed me to, of course, you protect yourself with masks, and homeowners, they protect themselves. But everybody wanted to be out. Hey man, everybody was outside and everybody was at home, and they wanted to come.
You when you was on the roof.
And they wouldn't. They just wanted somebody to talk to. Yeah. They wanted somebody besides whoever was in that house with them. So I got to be that person during that time. It was great for me. Now, in the business that I have, the windows on which to go knock doors now, because people aren't home as much as they were. So you kind of know the times to go knock, and when they're like, hey, you're not disturbing people, not bothering them. You just want to help them out if you can. If you don't want that, all right, cool, man. So yeah.
How did the pandemic affect you? I don't think I asked you.
Me?
Did it affect you in any way?
Nah. There was. I felt. The pandemic didn't affect me, but for everyone who were affected, I'm sorry for your losses or whatever happened to you in that time frame. But it didn't. Okay, but it didn't. It didn't affect me whatsoever. So in the aspect of I just kind of kept living life.
Facts.
I didn't. I'm not a person who's against whatever. You know, if you're getting, hey, do you? If you're not, do you? I'm not. I'm never on your. I'm not the police in any form or fashion of
Just
your
be
life.
yourself.
I am my own life, my own entity, and I worry about what I do.
Facts.
And if you're behind my back, worried about what I'm doing, you're obviously not living your life. So I'm concerned about you now.
Facts.
So that's how I live. I think that would help a lot of other people if they did the same. But we know that that's just not always
Mind the
case.
business that pays you.
Man, because some don't do that.
You don't pay you.
I'm a man, because, nah. I don't have to deal with
What kind
that.
of weird old shit is
Yeah,
that?
I'm a gamer, though. If anybody, I'm a gamer. I advertise that. At Call of Duty, I'm a Call of Duty gamer. That is my spare time.
I will
Besides-
destroy. Nah, I
Come
don't play
on
video
with it.
games no more.
I'm a gamer in my spare time. Poetry in spare time. I'll
Poetry.
be honest with you though. It's strange, man. I like to color in my spare time, man. Like color
Big
pencils
ass
though.
coloring books.
Man, yeah, color
do
pencil
puzzles
though.
too, don't
yeah,
you?
I do,
I know.
but not as much as I used to. Puzzles not as much. They get boring because you know where every piece is gonna go. Like that's no real like.
No, you don't. Not with
There's-
them 1,000, 3,000.
I mean, you know where it's gonna.
piece-ass
You eventually know where it's gonna go. Like in coloring, you don't know what color you're wanting to make it, so then you have to bring it to life. I don't know.
Bringing
I
that
just-
spiritual shit.
I'm just saying. Puzzles get boring, bro. This is me.
I feel you. So, first time I met you, and you spoke about it earlier about poetry. First
Yeah,
time
man.
I met you, we was on We the Poets. Shout out my boy Tad.
Tadrick.
Feel me? And something wrong with my eyeball. And you said that you do a little poetry.
Yeah, man.
So, we ain't gonna have you spit just yet.
Yeah.
But what made you get into poetry? Like, what age? How did you get into poetry?
Yeah. So like I was, confessing in so many ways. Construction is my baby, but poetry is my heart, and it's been my first love since I understood words. I've kind of wrote poetry since I was about 6. My mom got me into it really when I was a really young boy because I would write down the problems in my household in words I could understand, and I would read that out to people. That got me a lot of whoopings. So my mom decided to, hey, let's change the negative stuff that you say into positive things. Let's be more how you talk to me, optimistic. And so I redirected how I would create poetry into optimistic poetry. And then when I lost her, it became very dark. I didn't really write anymore because it was always dark. So then I started just creating optimism out of like my mind. So I wouldn't write down on paper. I would just go to a mirror and memorize poetry, just whatever I wanted. And it would only be positive thoughts. I would leave all negativity like out of my mind. And so it was like a different way of restructuring my thinking. Because if I wrote it down, it's gonna be sad. It's gonna be dark. It's gonna be depressing. It's gonna be and it's gonna it's just like a leech. Just hated it. So I never wanted to write that anymore because I felt like it was what it was always going to be. Over time, that eventually broke. I just really got back to writing. Shout out again to Tad.
Tad, you just the GOAT, my dog.
Tad got
You
back
the
to
GOAT,
writing. Lady Ray, a lot of other poets, Super Nat, Keisha Mishta. There's a lot of poets who were implemented in my life, like here recently. Jasmine Kabang, rest in peace, one of my great friends who passed last year.
Rest in peace.
These are people who really helped, really saw my art. Lady Trill saw my art and was like, "Hey, you need to do more." And because if I didn't have those people behind me in certain ways to tell me that my art was that good from other artists and say people need to hear you more, I probably would have reclused back into some of my old habits and just kind of
had regular people like
right,
your girl or whatever
right,
telling you, oh yeah, you did good, but you need to hear it from some other
yeah
people.
Sometimes
and they tell you more of the truth.
Yeah, and I mean you can know that you're good, like even at what you're doing right now, you're good at what you're doing right now as a radio show host, right? But imagine if another one who comes in and sits next to you and he tells you how amazing you're doing though.
I
Right.
had that last week, and I was like,
So you see how you feel it, like the gloat though.
it felt weird because it was like, bro, I'm just starting. Because Tad told me that. Not even Tad. It was the week before that too.
Yeah.
They was telling me like, yeah, you really nice with this radio and how you go about things, and I was just like, I'm thinking to myself like, I ain't nice yet.
Yeah, but you getting there.
I'm working on it. I'm working
every day.
And-
Every day is a
and
stepping
anybody who
stone.
want me on their hell, I'm willing to do that.
Man, stepping stones. We're
I'm
always
willing
here,
to
man.
talk,
I love
learn.
I love it, man. Yeah, for sure. I think that's great, man. But I needed that at that time from other artists, just to kind of help me with that. But now, I mean, I've done this stuff, like I said, since I was a child, man. And when I competed, I did slam poetry for a long time. I won Best Poet in Arkansas, like in 2013 or 14. I've done a lot of little things. I performed when I was in the Army, man. I'd travel out. I'd sneak out some places and go try to perform at open mics, stuff like that, in uniform. In uniform, bro. I would go, when I was before that, I would go to, if me and my moms, we was anywhere, bro, I see some random person, man, I sit down and write a quick poem to whatever I'm thinking about that person at that time, what they needed to hear at that moment. Hand it to them, 6, 7, 8, and leave. And they would be like, he wrote this for me. And they would be, I know he does that. You should.
You was on that at 6?
6, 7, 8.
How old are you now?
32, man.
Damn.
Black don't crack. So,
I just want to do that.
Yeah.
Hard thing. Damn.
But it's good, man. I've been very fortunate with my gift in that. But now I get to write when I can, and now it's more spiritual in certain ways. But I kind of like, my repertoire is really like love though. Like, you know, I feel like love is the easiest way to like help everybody. Like,
yeah,
when it comes to doing spoken word and stuff.
Yeah. I love your spirit. It's
Appreciate
beautiful.
that, bro.
I feel like I'm working to get to where you're at.
Hey, man.
Seriously.
That's beautiful, man.
It's a process.
That. Yeah.
Oh Lord, it's a process.
Yeah, every day is one of those.
But I'm working to get to where you at spiritually, so where it's like everything is beautiful. It's all love. Like, I'm like that, but sometimes you just get that little switch. You just like, fuck this shit.
Yeah,
Fuck that
yeah.
shit.
And I mean, it's not to say that I don't ever
And
get
I
to
get
that
it a
place.
little bit too much, and it's in my head, and it's just like, I don't want to be like that.
Ah, man, I think we all have that switch though, and I say that in a way of, you have to remember that our God is a jealous God too, right? Like, he's not just like, you know what I'm saying? He's not just.
What you mean by jealous God? I don't understand that, because
I mean,
how can he be jealous when he created?
When he
everything?
created, right? So, but when you're not, so think of yourself. If you're coming from forever, like I do believe we come from heaven. So in times when you're not actually directing yourself to where your forever is, well, why would you not be jealous, and why would he not be jealous of that? If you're only doing things that will not implement a forever change in someone's life, he would be very jealous of creating you. First off, you have to think you were a spirit. You were a spirit. I was a spirit. He was a spirit. He could have made you an angel whose job is to what? Praise him and worship him forever. And then to do what? Love us humans more than we love God. So that would make any angel really jealous and upset about certain
because
things.
they weren't.
I get what you're saying. But when we talk about us as people,
spiritual.
and you talk about us as people and how we can implement like the actuality of life, why would he be jealous? If I come into this young man's life, he just met me for 5 minutes, and the only thing he
Really been an hour and 20 minutes.
How I'm right, but if how I'm only dictating a negative connotation,
yeah,
he can only see what he saw from past. Oh, I've seen him somewhere before. I've seen something like that, a version before. But if I'm nothing he's ever seen, I'm a movement that he's never heard, and my voice that he's always constantly thinking of, then he'll think, well, how can I change to that too? Not like me, but his own implement of light will then do that forward. He's never even met me, but that's how we're supposed to iron sharpen iron. Never making it dull, but I meet you, I sharpen you. If I make you dull, then I hurt you. I tarn it. Well, that's not my job.
I get you.
So I'm always thinking about that. I'm always thinking about how jealous he would be if I got into your life and I wasted your time. Like that like
I get you. You didn't waste my time today, and I hope you didn't waste y'all's. No, we
Right.
not finished. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And if y'all ain't into the spiritual stuff,
Yeah,
look,
I'm super
close your
spiritual.
ears, close your mouth, unfollow, don't listen. I ain't probably only got 5 of you.
That's funny.
But look,
But not religious.
I'm blessed to have
I
you.
definitely want to put that like as a core thing. I'm not religious whatsoever. The core word of religion is relic, meaning to search for something. So that would mean that every religious person is lost. So if I am spiritual, if I'm one with the spirit of one who created me, I know that I'm from somewhere else, heaven, and I was sent here because I had to ask to come here. Yeah, think about that. I could have been anything else. You could have been anything else.
That's crazy because when I was in the military, you know, they give you dog tags.
Oh yeah, I
Christian
had
and
my
shit.
dog tag.
I told them around the end when I really understood. I said, "I'm not no religion."
Man.
I said, "I'm a spiritual. I believe in God. I'm not no religion." Take
Yeah.
that shit off my shit.
Yeah.
And it's non-dominant, whatever domination,
Uh-huh.
whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
sure.
No goddamn religion.
I thought that was unorthodox. That's what I originally thought that would be. Where I believe in the spirit and God, but I don't believe in all this stuff. So that's got to be unorthodox because I still believe.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
definitely what you're saying. It's not religious at all. It's just spiritually thinking that actually thinking like. Spiritually thinking, I wish people did that more. That's what repent means too. It doesn't mean to ask for forgiveness. It means to rethink something. We should probably really think about that in life, everybody. But that's just from me to you. You should probably look the word up. It would help.
You see,
you
he
out.
double take looking at y'all in the camera.
Yeah,
So.
I just want everybody to know that because when we repent and we ask for forgiveness, how can you ever forgive yourself for something you didn't know you were going to endure? Like, oh my goodness, oh please forgive me. But he knew you were going to. So it would be for you to rethink the situation you were unprepared for and how you will better yourself. And then how can you better someone who is now going through the same thing? So that's what repenting is. It's never asking for forgiveness because that puts you in a trap. Religious people, they put you in a trap and it make you look for all these false things. And now you just running around with your head cut off. That doesn't matter. Be good people.
I was listening.
I know. I'm just saying, be good people. Be good to yourself.
Be good to yourself. Be good to others. Your
good to
soul,
yourself.
their souls.
Yes.
And just watch.
Yeah, man.
How blessings come your way.
Man.
And it ain't even gotta be physical blessings.
Man.
Just watch.
Just watch them, man.
Just watch them. So back into the poetry.
Yeah.
What's your favorite type of Did you say love?
Love is my
Love.
stuff, man.
Why is love your favorite type of poetry to write?
You're not attacking people. When you do, I love the movement of Black Lives Matter. I love all the movements that we talk about, everything. But if I'm on stage and I'm throwing this at you, then someone may not believe in that. So what did I do to them? That gave them fire, fuel to their fire of why they didn't believe in what they believed in the first place. You standing up and saying, boom, 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 and you're attacking with how you're saying it. You're not giving them something to hope for. Like, poetry was about hope. It's about making the words come to life, not deadening someone's ears. So, like, if you can't do that, don't do that. And I feel that there's a lot of artists who, I can say anything, right? Yeah. There's a lot of artists who are pussy poets. You write poetry for pussy. And there's a lot of artists that are politician poets. You write about what is convenient that's going to get you a ooh and ah.
Comedian.
Yeah, and like there's artists who truly do this because they were created. They body can't. It's a niche. You can't turn this off. When you wake up, your mind is on it. Like poetry, I go to sleep thinking like it's like how I talk to you in a normal converse. I breathe this stuff. Like it's not something that I can just turn off, man. That's why it's my heart. Like I love it. It's what helped me through the hardest times. If I wrote about the hardest times in life, and I did, but then I couldn't control that because I didn't have control over it. It happened, and I didn't expect it to happen, and I didn't have control, so I'm just bashing my head into something. But if I'm talking about love, about how one day I want that, or I seen a type of love, or someone's love inspired me, then that helps me hope for something better of today because maybe yesterday was so hard and maybe tomorrow is too hard to come. So if I can just focus on right now and love, I ain't got to worry about what I came from, and I ain't got to focus too much on like the next thing that I don't know is gonna hurt or not. That's why I wrote about love, and why I create so much about it, because I just felt like it was an avenue that, first off, Shakespeare robbed, and a lot of other artists they didn't really, you know. He didn't really create. He was a tragic poet. You know, if you really look at his art, it wasn't about love or anything like that. It was a tragic type person. And I never really liked that. I always wanted to create about the aspect of loving someone. So that was why I did what I did, man. You know, Edgar Allan Poe was my favorite poet growing up because he was so dark and mysterious and evil.
I used to hate reading his shit.
I used to love it because I felt like you can bring it. How much did he bring to life of darkness, though?
One, I didn't like reading. And then 2, I was forced to read his shit. Okay. And then 3, it was so dark. Like, I don't want to read this.
I loved it. It was
dark.
Give
me some excitement. Stop with all that crybaby ass shit.
I loved it, man. Darkness was really cool. I wasn't with Shakespeare. I thought he was, because I thought I wrote about, like,
I was with Maya Angelou.
Real love. I loved her until, I'm not going to say not until.
That's the only poet I know.
That's because, like, I loved her, but then, and she's inspirational and amazing, but then it was like every black woman only knew her. And that
I know it's a lot more.
Yeah, and that just, like, I don't want to be, if I'm your favorite poet, please learn somebody else too, right? Like, that just, because.
Rosa Parks was a poet. She said no.
Yeah.
That's poetry. That's flowetry.
Poetry.
Get up.
Art. No. So I'm with it. I definitely. You know what I'm saying? Just funny.
That was beautiful poetry.
It was.
No,
the righteous poet.
Ugly ass little boy.
The righteous poet. She was funny, man. Absolutely. You know, but I was feeling you on that, man. I definitely think that, you know, there's other artists besides her, and I think that they didn't. There's not a lot of study on them, and that's why I love her. Nothing against her. I'm just saying I wish that other artists.
Yeah, I understand 100% because that's just like when we was growing up, Black History Month, and we only talk about the same people.
Same people all the time.
Martin Luther King.
There was nobody else.
Michael Jordan.
Fabro, I love you.
No. I didn't even talk about Malcolm X. My dad was big on Malcolm X. It's not even that many. Rosa Parks, because what she did, it wasn't many black people that we talked about.
Yeah.
Carver, like, it's like we didn't really talk about that.
We didn't. No.
So, poetry.
Yeah, man.
I want you to spit some for the people.
Quick 30 seconds.
I don't know if you fraud or not. I just heard. I know you be on the little events and everything. I don't know if you fraud or not. You know what I'm saying? So let the people hear a little 1-2.
1-2. I'll do one. I'll do a fun one.
Do a really fun one.
A fun loving one. That's always fun. I got you. This is a snippet. I'll just a snippet of something before we go.
DJ.
Oh,
PJ.
goodness. What? In this thing. Snippet of something. This is a snippet of Love Story. So just a quick little dive into that. Emotionally, I think that I'm done. Mentally drained and spiritually exhausted. But physically, I always find a way to smile. I guess that's because, now I understand that I don't need to unbutton the shirt of a female so I can feel her heart. And I don't need to undo her pants so she can feel me inside of her. You see, I become anxious, yes, to see her face instead of trying to spend just one night with her. I tell the sun there's no need in getting up because her face is it's my sunrise. I say my prayers that she would look my way because when she do, I swear, I see God within her eyes. But she won't, all because she doesn't really know how I feel. But let's pretend she did give me that chance, the opportunity, the privilege to tell her how I could love her. I don't know. I would tell her something like, if you let me love you, I would love you so passionately that when my hands caress your back, I would leave my fingerprints on your spine. If the day was Judgment Day, and I stood before God himself, and he asked me, my son, what have you done while on this earth? I'd hope that if my mind was split in two from schizophrenia, if my schizophrenia was split in two from if my legs and arms and head shook with Parkinson, I could hardly breathe right before I took this everlasting sleep with the eternal narcolepsy, my lips utter these final words answering, Father God, I've used everything you've ever given me just to love her. Yeah, a little snippet, something like that, man.
Boy,
Yeah, a little
that was
snippet.
good.
That
But
was
let me
good.
tell you something. You sound like Shakespeare.
No.
You sound like to the everlasting
Not
love
that guy.
and the love that I endure. I will only tell you, baby girl,
Yeah.
you're the one that I love.
Oh, that sounds good.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know, I dabble. You know,
A little bit.
I dabble in everything, poetry,
Yeah.
rap. You know, I do a little radio from time to time.
Snippet
You know,
or
I got
two.
my own show every Wednesday
Yeah.
from 7 to 9 on Fishbowl Radio Network called the Jahmal River Show. If y'all don't know, now you know. I mean,
No, you there now.
I'm gonna promote until I die, Bel Air. You know, we here. You know, I does this. This is real. This is not fake. This is real.
We don't believe in that.
Oh yeah, we don't do no
believe
fake.
no fakes
So you know,
around.
I dabble a little. So you want to hear me rap? Nah, I ain't gonna rap. I ain't gonna do that to the microphone. I ain't gonna do that. I spit fire.
That stuff, boy. Before Mario ever had it in his hand, he had it in his mouth. Boy, cold, or hot, or something. I don't know. One of the both. Or
Before we
neither.
get out of here, I'm gonna ask you one more question, my boy.
Ask away, man. Ask
Who are
away.
your top 3
Okay. Top 3. Drum roll.
poets of all time?
Of all time? That is, bro.
And I better be in a.
What's top 3 poets?
I give you top 5 because everybody be like
Top
3 is not
5 poets of all time.
all time.
All right, so I'm not. There's a lot of people that are not gonna like who I like. Let's just put that out there. We
Who
all have our
cares? It's
thing.
your
Right,
life.
right?
It's not theirs.
So of course, it's one who made me fall in love with poetry because he could make. I like Edgar Allan Poe because he could make dark things sound beautiful. It wasn't.
He's like, I'm sorry for cutting you
Go
off.
ahead.
Like, what's the dude who made all those scary movies and stuff? He made it.
Stephen King.
Stephen King.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. And Stephen King, yeah, he made all that evil, but to hear Edgar talk about so much hatred, but in beautiful ways though, like making them like the words just kind of come off the page at you. Like, dang, you may didn't like him because it was kind of like, dang, this is some evil, cruel,
Didn't
twisted
he have
stuff.
one where they buried the dude in the cellar? Yeah. I remember that one. He buried the dude under the wine cellar, and they heard the heartbeats or something like
Yes.
that. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't know why I remember that.
To
poem.
do.
That was
It's driving him crazy.
Yeah, I remember
that
that one.
that was. But to bring that element to life, though, to know that a heartbeat could do that much to somebody,
Oh, man.
like that. That's what I'm saying.
Because
Like,
he wasn't
like-
really dead.
exactly. But so I love some Edgar Allan Poe. Rudy Francisco is another artist that I'm just a super fan of. I think he's phenomenal. There's artists here in Dallas. And I'm a super major fan of
All time?
Yeah, man.
Some
I'm
underrated. I'm
some-
not underrated, but like underground.
like, yeah, man. I'm a super fan of. I can now. I'm saying that I'm a fan of, not just because they're
No, this is your list.
yeah, my list. So yeah,
F everybody else.
was F for everybody else. Yeah. So yours truly.
Ooh.
That boy's cold, man. And we say the same birthday, same year, everything. And I just feel like
Did I hear yours truly?
I don't know if you have, but he is a phenomenal artist as well. And I would tip my cap to another artist. Like when people say I'm cold, I appreciate that. Thank you. I am frozen, but I'm saying he's a very lyrical brother, and I have to tip my cap to another person who I think is like he cold.
You know, I don't think I heard yours truly.
That boy's
but every
cold.
time somebody say yours truly, I think of 6 a.m.
6 a.m. is good
6
too.
a.m.
He's a
is
young gunner. He's very ferocious with his. Super ferocious with his. Like it's kind of like a young, in your face with it. I love it. I just love the. We're going all time favorites. This is crazy. So yeah, yours truly. So one of my greatest. He wouldn't even be my rival anymore or anything like that. But his name is True the Poet. He still is True the Poet. He is one of the most lyrically sounded person I've ever heard. He's out of Arkansas. Boy is phenomenal. Like, I'm cold. Appreciate it, Frozen. But that guy too, another cold artist. True the Poet. If you ever hear, he has a poem called Stepfather that he tells that it was a proposal to his wife and now wife If hopefully they're still together. Be proposing to, because I ain't been around. You know what I'm saying? So like the world is the world.
Facts.
So, but hopefully they are. I gave him hope. But about 5 years ago, we was at this event. He does this random poem, bro, and it's to his now wife. I'm hoping, but it was also to his stepdaughter, telling her that he was going to take it a step farther. Do you step further? But the way he was getting, the way he was putting them, because
I want to hear it.
Ooh, it was so nasty. I was like, oh, this boy is sick. That made me tilt my hat to that young man as well. And another, I would give, as much as I say I would love them to learn another artist, I would love Maya Angelou is one of my favorites too. I just wish they would learn someone else, because it makes me as an artist not like, it's like when Gary Paulson books. Did you ever read those as a kid? Mm-hmm. I read every Gary Paulson book there ever was, so I didn't want to read that no more. If anybody told me something about it, I get bored, right? And I love Maya, but when I hear every pageant we had, every female said "phenomenal woman" poem. Like there's not another
graduation.
Poem. Yeah, there's not another poem by her.
That's famous.
That's my I get you. I get you. I want to do a poem today by Maya Angelou. Oh, everybody knew what it was.
I'm a phenomenal woman.
Oh my goodness.
Phenomenally.
Me, yes.
Rest in peace, Queen.
Man,
we just talking shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's nothing against her at all. Her art, she was amazing. I love her. Mm-hmm. I just would get irritable at because these aren't even poets who are doing this. This is just a person this is my talent for the day at this pageant. Mm-hmm. I'm going to speak about Maya Angelou. What, you're not even.
That's another one that Black History Month, they only speak about.
Right. So that was, for me, she isn't a funnel. So that would be my 5. Yours truly, Rudy Francisco, Edgar Allan Poe, True the Poet, Maya Angelou.
Okay.
Yeah. I would put Tad as a 6. I do like Tad's work.
Speak highly on my boy Tad.
I love Tad's work. I really do.
People speak highly on my guy
because he's not. He makes me step up my game.
Respect that man.
Yeah, he makes me step up my game. Because anytime I go anywhere, he's like, man, you gotta, come on, man. So yeah, he makes me step up my game, man. So
that's that man.
Yeah, that's that man. He's a good man.
All right, real quick.
Yeah.
If you was to collab with one poet, just had to collab with one of them, and y'all write a piece together, the coldest piece, just one. Who would that poet be?
Man, there are so many artists.
Oh, you got one.
So can I get a 1A, 1B? Just because one's in
Arkansas.
You
get a 1.
One's in Arkansas. I feel like that's only fair.
1.
Dang. Man, I don't know. Because I already told Tad I want to collab with Tad. But I would love to collab with True. You know what I mean? True would be a really good. I don't know.
We just gonna run that all the way through.
I don't know. Either Tad or True.
Okay.
I couldn't say.
Damn, all time?
No, you said no. That's not all time.
No. I'm talking about if dead or alive.
Oh, dead or alive.
Today,
I can.
Who would you want to do a collab? If you was to make a I don't know what y'all call it, poetry.
Yeah, it's a collab. There's a collab. We have this. We have this.
Who would you make a collab with? Do a collab with?
Man, so I'm gonna be real. He's not even really. He would really be in my top 5, but I don't know his name, so I ain't say it. I want to put that out there.
Kanye West.
But no. But there's a poet. He has this poem called Ghost, and when I find out his name, I want to redirect, because I definitely want to say that I've only heard one poem by him, but that poem touched me so much, because I live a life and so much like that it made me cry. And so if anybody can do that, I mean, it was a very
anybody can make you emotional.
Yeah,
any type
like
of way.
I'm talking about, he nailed that, like him being a ghost to his child, because his baby mom doesn't want him around anymore. That's what the poem is called.
Sucks.
And I live a life like that, so I definitely can understand Like, so, and I can't think of his name, but man, if I could collab with that, like, out of all of them, because of how much that touched me.
You gotta
like,
get his name, bro.
And I do. I would love to collab with him, only because I just know we could create something so, like, yeah, like
we gotta find that man.
Yeah,
so we
I'ma find it.
Get you in tune with him, so we can.
Yeah, I would love.
So we
to.
can, we can make that happen.
We're gonna have to do that. I definitely would love to collab with that young man. So just because I believe that would be, I think we can really touch some lives out there. Because I think one thing that black men don't speak on is being the man in a situation in which everyone's trying to tear you away from being one. That is like the hardest. Like, they don't want you to be the man that you really are. They want to see how you're gonna act the other ways. You know,
that's
what
a
I mean?
fact.
And
that's
that is not just as a black man, as it is every man. And I mean nothing, no harm towards women or anything, but I think that for a lot of women can use that power against us. You know, they can use little things to get us to be everything but an actual man, because you think that narrative of us. But when we're still trying to be that, you should just kind of let us be a man.
Because a lot of, you don't, and also with that is like, you don't know that person's backstory. So you don't know if they had to grow as a man early or not.
Right,
they don't know how to really be a man. They had to be put in a position of being a man when they don't know what being a man is.
What? I've been a man since I was 2.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you could be like, yeah, you the man of the house, but I don't know how to be a man, because a man wasn't here to teach me how to be a man. I'm just keeping it all the way G with you.
I'm with that. At the same time, there's choices that I want to always put that respect. Like, that is a very strong. And one day we're gonna have that round table talk on that.
We definitely can.
But when it comes to,
I'm gonna set something up.
When we had that talk about, hey, I didn't have someone show me how to be that, I can never accept that as the end all answer, because then there's choices. Because at some point, someone wasn't there to show you how to conduct as a man in your life, but you have a choice to look in the mirror and say, who's the man every day in your life? So for you to say, I didn't, nobody taught me, man. I have a poem that is about my futuristic son, my son Roman, and that is my son. So like, I have this poem about, and I say this certain bars, like, I didn't have no father to show me how. I said that, and I own that, and I didn't necessarily have that in my life to show me how, but I made choices that to let me see how I should not be.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So I feel like that's not.
What they say, a smart man learns from his own mistake. A wise man learns from another person's mistake.
Man, I learn from both. So,
facts.
I hate when I hear us men be like, man, nobody taught me. All right, so that's it. Like, you ain't had nothing else.
Yeah, so what else you gonna do? You gotta teach yourself.
Right, but you know how to drive though, right? Like, that's how I look at that. When someone says, no one taught me how, but you know how to drive now, right? You know how to throw a football. You know how to play.
You know how to throw up a gang sign. You know how to be in them streets.
What man taught you how to do it? You did, right? Or you saw around your friends and they taught.
Facts.
Okay, so at what point did you say, I want to be a man now? Or did you want to keep conditioning yourself to a childlike mentality?
To grow to be a man. I feel you 1,000%, yo.
No, I'm not with that. Yeah, that 16-year-old switch to the orphan home switched a lot of things.
I can only imagine, and I'm glad
I
didn't have to go through that. But
I'm a child now, though. Like, I'm 32,
like
but I'm a kid. Like, I like to have, like, I like to joke, play pranks.
Facts.
I am a child right now. Like, that's why I'm,
Cause you got your childhood robbed.
Yeah, it was, So now I do things that, like, you see, like, we just hanging. I'm just extra. Just because, I mean, why not? Who gonna stop me now?
You not like that when you drunk.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I can't hang out with you. Lord
I'm not a wild drunk though. I'm a fun drunk. I'm a good drunk. You wanna be around me drunk. I'm a dancing drunk. I'm a dancing man.
Listen,
as soon as I leave
this
on the way here.
So we at the end of this beautiful episode.
Hey man, it was a wonderful. Thank you again for having me on.
Like
man.
I said, man, it's my pleasure to be able to put people on here to promote their businesses, to promote themselves. Like, I don't got the biggest platform. I got a platform. I don't know how big it's gonna grow to. I also want if I do ever get that big, the people go back and look and be like, oh, he helped this person, and this person can help me.
Right.
I can help this person.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's like it's not about me 100%. Yeah, it's about me, and I love this show, and I love what I do. It's not about me. I'll do it to help others.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, because who else gonna do it?
There you go.
Who else gonna do it?
That's
we finna get up out of here.
Yeah.
Promote yourself, my boy.
Yeah.
Tell everybody about you. Tell everybody your social media, what you got going next, the events you pulling up to, and you and Tad and all.
Real quick. Harden Helping Hands again on Instagram and on Facebook. You can also follow my other page on Instagram at the number 2. And the night, NIGHTS, fantasy, PHANTASY, PHAN. I've been drinking. Anyway, so yeah, you got that. So yeah, Two Nights Fantasy is my personal page. It does have some roofing things on there. I'll be pulling up Saturday, the 13th, to Pine Bluff, Arkansas. My boy Tad Nips.
Yes, sir.
We're promoting the show.
This will be up by Friday.
This will be a wild show in Pine Bluff. Please come out and support some erotic poetry. It will be. Yeah, it's going to be one of those days. It's going to be one of those nights. My pleasure to put on a performance for you. It won't be all lovey-dovey, but it will be very towards that area. So come on out, enjoy that. I'll be We the Poets co-hosting that every Friday, 7 to 9 with Tad Nips, Sunny Love. We're always doing that. I'm always doing poetry.
You on that too?
Yeah, I co-host with Tad.
Oh, I told Tad I'm gonna have to come back on now.
Yeah.
I didn't get properly introduced.
Yeah, I co-host with Tad on We the Poets every Friday, 7 to 9. And Sunny Love. I'm always doing any poetry event pretty much with Tad. I'm probably gonna be around or at it. Tad is one of the greatest people I know. We work together. He works with me, with my company as well, Harden Helping Hands. He's one of my major claim specialists. If you need anything from him, reach out to him or myself. I have a few other people you can reach out to, talk about them afterwards or whatnot. But just, man, you can find me on any one of those things. My next week I have 2 roofs I'm putting on in DeSoto, Texas, and Lancaster, Texas. And that's where I'll be at. I just finished a roof in Euless, Texas last week. And I'll be, in DeSoto probably for the next, until it really gets cold and I can't do a roof. I'll be in DeSoto working out. I have quite a few. I think I have 4 down there that are about to be open in the next week. So I'm really excited about that. If you need any help, if you need a job, feel free to contact me. I will help you or point you in the right direction where I think you can get one.
All right.
Yeah.
And if y'all need some roofing done, any type of construction done, hit my boy up. I'm gonna have his stuff in the link. He said it through here, but I'm gonna have it in the link so everybody can go, check him out.
God loves you all. I want to say that.
God loves you all.
God loves you all.
And guess what? This is another episode of the Jahmal Rivers Show.
Hey.
I will catch y'all next week for another beautiful show.
Absolutely.
I thank you listeners for listening.
I do
New,
too.
old,
Partial
and God bless y'all, and make sure y'all keep y'all mental straight. Until then, see y'all next week.
Absolutely. Hey.
DJ Peasy.